Bit about soil-based probiotics. I'm going to link an article for Dogs Naturally magazine below, and I'm also going to put a link for Four-Leaf Rover Protect. This is the soil-based probiotics that I use for my dog. So you might be like me and you might be asking, why would I use soil-based probiotics for my dog? What about just the probiotics I get at the grocery store, get the little capsules or get the liquid and put that in their food? And what I've learned in my research, and I've been researching for a few years now, and I'm constantly learning new stuff. One of the things that I've learned about soil-based probiotics in the last couple of years is that they were natural organisms in soil and water that have been depleted over time, you know, with chemicals and different things in the environment that deplete them. These probiotics are made specifically in an area where that is not the case. So that's why we're using these particular brand of soil-based probiotics. I've tried a few different brands, and I always keep coming back to Four-Leaf Rover. They're high quality, they're very affordable. I use them for both of my dogs, and it seems to work well for them. I feed them raw food, as you'll see in some of my other videos. I've got a raw food video that I put together. They eat raw meat at least once a day. And so I'm going to go back to a little scenario that kind of put the light bulbs on for me when someone mentioned this to me. Okay, so we've seen videos in the past about dogs in the wild, and they've killed a beast and they're going to eat it, and they grab a big chunk and they take off and they put it in the dirt. They nudge it around with their nose and they eat it. Why do they do that? Why don't they just eat it? Well, it's not something that they know in their head, but it's their natural instinct to get those minerals and things out of the ground, out of the dirt and the grasses and the leaves and whatever it is that they're ingesting. They know that they're getting what their body needs. Their body knows what they're getting. Soil-based probiotics are hardier. They live longer in the gut system. They go a lot farther in an acidic environment, like a dog's stomach acids. Regular probiotics, the cold ones that you buy in your grocery aisle, don't last as long. They're not as effective. Doesn't mean they're not effective, but they're not as effective. And especially if you're feeding raw food, raw meats and raw vegetables, you want them to have a high quality soil-based probiotic. Now, I could read you all day the article that I love the most, and there are several of them out there, but I keep going back to an article in Dogs Naturally magazine, and the author of it is phenomenal. She knows a lot about probiotics and different things that relate to food and nutrition for animals. So I would urge you to read below and see what she has to say about soil-based probiotics. They're just so much better quality for your dog. They're going to go a lot farther. Once again, if you're feeding raw food, raw meats and raw vegetables, they definitely need to have some probiotics on their plate as well. If you have any questions, I would love to hear from you. Also, what probiotics are you feeding your dogs? If you're feeding probiotics, I would love to know. Drop me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And we're going to do a little bit more about some other products that I use from Four-Leaf Rover. This is just one of a few items. It's called Protect, and that's my go-to probiotics. Thanks for watching.